Hey everybody, welcome to Delta Lodge Outdoors. I'm actually recording this one from a box stand here on the ranch. This is on Sunday the 8th. I'll transfer it over tomorrow sometime. I've got I'm gonna pick the boys up from Ardmore. My mother-in-law took them to Dallas Fort Worth. We met her in Paris, Texas, and she took them to Dallas Fort Worth for a church missions thing that they do every year. And it's the last week in rifle season, and I will say this. My 10-year-old, who is a diehard hunter, I gave him the choice of, hey, you can go, or you can stay here and rifle hunt. It's probably up to you. Because he's like, nope, I'm going on the missions thing. And super proud of him for making that decision. And so that's what he's doing. My oldest one's with him. He goes every year too. He enjoys it. But he's not a deer hunter, so it wasn't even a choice he would have to make. So we'll dive into a couple things I want to talk about on this podcast. My season's been okay so far. I've seen 22, 23 head of deer. I've actually killed 2 coyotes. I've seen 3. I couldn't get one to stop. All I had was my bow on me. I couldn't get him to stop. And I actually killed the other 2. One in my field. After I came out from a hunt, I was walking out to my truck on my place, and there was a coyote in the field in the bottom, so I walked to my truck, got my rifle, walked back out there and shot him at 100 and so yards, killed him. Then, that was on like last Thursday, or Thanksgiving morning, I believe, or the day after, that Friday. Then, this past Thursday, so a week later, I shot one in my other field. So, I'm surprised I've had that many coyotes moving around here lately. Really shocked me to have killed 2 and seen 3. So, but like I said, I've seen a lot of deer. There's some really good bucks moving. We just haven't got the opportunity on any. Leads us into where I'm going to be. This is second deer season here at Running Waters Ranch, and this one will actually probably be our last on the ranch. We're going to be putting the place up for sale in like March to May, somewhere in that time frame, and moving from Oklahoma back to North Louisiana. I will continue to hunt some places in Oklahoma, not just public. There's a club that I will be in. I just had a opportunity of a lifetime present itself for work, and my wife misses her family because that's where she's from, Shreveport. So talked to her, and we're going to make the move back. This has been an incredible fucking 2 years. I've enjoyed every bit of it here in Oklahoma. Am I going to miss my place? Sure. But I have access for my horses down south, so they'll be moved. Everything will be taken care of. Like, the only thing that changes is I'll be selling this place, my 80 acres up here. Then we have a place to stay up there in Shreveport. So we'll be living in it and a house there until this one sells. And once this one sells, we'll start putting all the money that we either make or save from not paying a house note to buy probably 15 acres or so somewhere in the vicinity of where we'll be, so that we can set up and build our own house the way we want. It's been a shock, just kind of shock decisions. We almost moved last summer. My wife has been, like I said, wanting to go home for a while. And give a little background of what's going on. I worked for a construction company up here for 2 years, do it. And I just got tired of their bullshit. And a local company called me and offered me a job, and I took it. And the 2 days after I turned my resignation into it, which I actually worked my entire 2 weeks with them. In today's world, that's a big thing. But 2 days after I turned in my resignation and actually told to do it, that I didn't want to discuss money. I just didn't want to work for them anymore. And I'd already accepted the other job with the other company. And everybody knew. So both companies knew what was going on. And then, like I said, about 2 days after that, I get a phone call with a guy from my past, one of my old bosses, and him and another guy started a company. They have a bunch of project on the books, and just it's an opportunity that I couldn't pass up if it was going to pan out. And that started early November, late October, and Wednesday of last week, the deal was finalized between myself and him of everything. I went to the new company I worked for and told them, hey, I'm gonna have to leave. I can work. I don't know what to get. I can work 2 weeks, or I can leave today. You choose, because I understand I'm new here. I actually gave them the name of a guy that they should replace me with, and they're trying to work things out with him. So hopefully that works out. But my last day of work was past Wednesday, so I hunted a little bit Thursday, and Friday had to take the boys to Paris and everything, so didn't do much. Yesterday, I hunted and went and got feed and everything like that. Today, we went to church, and to lunch after that, and the time we got back, it was, I don't know, 3 o'clock. So basically, I just decided to come out here and hunt here by the box center around 4 o'clock after I fed the horses and made buckets for tomorrow and everything, and go on and record this. Really don't expect to see anything. Don't care if I do. Just want to get here and record this, and I want to thank everybody that's listened to us and supports us and everything, and the ones that talk to us, reach out to us on any of our platforms, from YouTube to TikTok to Facebook, Instagram, all that. We have a lot, and I'm super thankful for all that, and just want to everybody thank you. And like I said, I actually have recorded most of my deer season and seen a bunch of deer and everything. I've got one or two podcasts I'll do stories wise for this deer season. I've got some things to do for work between now and New Year's. But like I said, put the place up for sale in May, probably March to May. And start moving everything at that point to the wife and kids, and everybody will move into Shreveport about June. Let everybody finish school out here, and we'll go from there. It's been a wild ride. I wouldn't change anything over the last 2 years. I've learned a lot about, my whole family's learned a lot about themselves and everything, and it's kind of odd to say that, because it's not like we went, we've been really roughing it or anything, but it's been a different thing. It's been a change, a culture shock. I think my 10-year-old worded it best the other day, talking about some people. He wasn't talking bad about the people. He was talking about some of his friends and their family, and with Christmas coming up, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, is there anything? Is there anything we can do to help them out?" They're financially challenged. He's 10. I was like, wow, he's trying to use a word to not make people feel bad about, they're poor, they're broke, they have no money, and he was trying to word it, and that meant two things to me. It meant we've gotten so fricked up with society that now that you can't say anything without offending somebody, but a 10-year-old is coming up with ways to make sure he doesn't offend somebody, and it's fucked up. But that's not what this podcast is about. That's the rundown of what we got going on. And then I think on what I'm going to jump into there is processing y'all's animals. Do y'all take them and have them processed? Do you process them yourself? I've always gut and skin mine, break it down, then we'll, and I don't put it on. If I have a cooler to hang it in, I hang it in a cooler. If I don't have it in a walk-in cooler, I will put it on, here we go with the whole controversial ice thing. Let me rephrase that. Mine is never in water. My drain plugs are pulled, my ice chest is tilted. So the water and blood just runs out of it. Any blood that comes out, but the water runs straight out of it. I do not soak my deer in water like some people do. I keep it iced down for a few days and then I'll take in my back straps, clean them up, put them to the side, my tenderloins. If it's the first year of the year, I pretty much make ground meat out of everything else and the 2-pound packets. That way I can pull those out, turn them into any type of sausages I want or whatever. And then, like, if I kill more than one that year, I try to do some other things. This year, our goal was, if we got a couple deer, to do some salami and some ham and stuff. So we'll see how that turns out, because still got about 40 days of deer season left here. It ends the 15th. But I will be in Louisiana, and I can hunt to the 31st of January and February 15th. So got a few things I can work on with that. But yeah, y'all, how do y'all process your deer? Like I said, we do all that. I actually will make sometimes I'll take and cut some stew meat and everything, or stuff that would be like considered stew meat, put to the side, because I can cut it down and use for tamales. We'll do that. We'll do fajita meat. We'll do a bunch of different things. I'll cut some steaks out of it sometimes. Because I have my own grinders, tenderizers, vacuum packing, like saw to cut like hams with. But I also I actually will probably pick up the next week or so a bandsaw, so that I have the whole setup and everything. So how many of y'all actually completely do your own? Let me know. And like I said, I just want to give y'all a heads up of what we got going on. We'll be picking up some DFO ought to be picking up after the first of the year, because about by February of next year, because of some changes that we're making within DFO. Hopefully one of my pro staff guys will actually be able to do a lot more on the podcast with me, a lot more on videos and editing and everything. I've got to reach out to a guy tomorrow. I was already supposed to have him on for a podcast, and my schedule's been fucked up, but I think if I can get him, like, it worked out, he's going to come on and record. This guy it's going to be, y'all have fun with him. He's got probably 30,000 followers or more on TikTok, so he's got a pretty good following, and we'll go from there with him and get him on. I think it'll be fun. Then I've got, for you saddle hunting guys that listen to us, Greg Staggs will be coming on. We had actually had one scheduled, and I had to cancel due to some stuff. So we will get it rescheduled, and Greg will be on, which will be very fun. So that's where we're at. That's what we got going on. This is, like I said, going to come out today's the 8th. So 11th, 9th, 10th? 10th. 10th is Tuesday. It'll come out the 10th on Tuesday. Then the following week is the 17th. One drops. The following week is Christmas Eve, the 24th. So, and after like I said, we'll have some changes coming up, everything. So we'll talk to y'all, next week and the following week for Christmas and the following week for New Year's. I hope y'all had a great year. And we joke about, like, Craig fashion here. Like my last name being Craig. My in-laws pick on us about Craig, doing things in the Craig fashion, because let's see, 2016, I moved to Shreveport with my wife. We were dating at the time. Then I moved back. We broke up, and I moved back to Baton Rouge. 2017, total two different vehicles, I think, in 2017. 2018, started dating my wife, which, again, who I'm married to now. She moved from Shreveport to where I was from, the little town of Walker. 2019, we got married. 2020, we had our daughter. 2021, she adopted my 2 little boys that I'd had from previous relationships I have sole custody of. 2022, we moved to Oklahoma. 2023, we bought the ranch. 2024, 3 jobs in a less than 30-day period. And, so, then 2025 will be the move back to Shreveport. So, not sure where we're at from there, but and hopefully and selling the ranch. It'll be 2025. It'll be the move and selling the ranch. So hopefully 2026 is building our house, and either fall of 25 or fall of 26 having DFO products in stores. That's our goal for our keep things going. But we'll get more into that as it gets when we get stuff lined out. Thank y'all for your time. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much. Julius Craig, Delta Lodge Outdoors.